Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. I think I might just have an exciting edition of the Second Row podcast for you guys today. At this point in time, before I roll any credits, man, and let anybody know anything about what we've got going on, I want to welcome in two of my faves. I want to welcome in Miss Kendall Marie or Miss Kelsey Marie Gibson, as most of you know her as an official. This girl is wild and probably one of the top ladies officials on the independent scene. And I'll also want to welcome in one of SOAR's own, Mr. Colin. Colin, welcome in with us today, also, young man. Also, welcome into you, Miss Kelsey. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Ah, man, it's lovely to see you, man. Lovely to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Uh, if you like a little bit of drinky drink and you want to get it, whether it's bulk or whatever, I want you to give my guy Daniel Stubblefield up at Boston Mountain Brewer a holler. He's got your hookup regardless of what size you want to bring to the party. Also, if you want to be a professional wrestler, boys and girls, I encourage you, I implore you, please get to a creditable school with credible trainers that can get you back out of this what you want to. And in order to get that, you need to really, look and seek. Man, there's schools all over the place. One is the one that we push the most right here at the Second Row podcast, and that's the Bumps and Bruises. That young man right there, Colin Stevens, is also a graduate or going to be a graduate of this school right here. And that's a big, big, big accomplishment. If you want to become a professional wrestler, I encourage you. Bumps and Bruises, 501 out of Sherwood, Arkansas, 469 out of Carrollton, Texas. Man, you can't go wrong. You're going to get your money's worth. You're going to get back out of it what you want. And that's the big end game, as we call it, in professional wrestling, is that part right there. If you can't make it to Bumps and Bruises and you're further south and west in Texas, hey, check out my guy Rodney Mack and Jazz, Dog Pound Dojo. They got you a hookup right there. There's so many creditable schools around. You got Ozark Mountain, you've got Diamond State, you've got OVW, you've got the Monster Factory. There is so much going on right now that's good at professional wrestling that a lot of folks are missing, and that's just some of it. My boys and girls of Chaotic Kingdom, man, whoosh. This is lit. It's coming to you, and we're coming soon. October the 12th, one of the biggest shows to ever hit Central Arkansas outside, outside of the WWE or AEW. And that is Chaotic Kingdom Wrestling and the OIWA, the Organized International Wrestling Association, presents This Is Lit, October 12th, Cabot, Arkansas. Folks, get your tickets right now. I'm telling you, that's going to be a barn burner by itself. The boys and girls that soar right there where my boy Carlin is. Uh, my boys and girls that soar professional wrestling, so much love, man. Y'all keep killing it, keep digging. Y'all are doing amazing, and big things are starting to flare from this company. A lot of big things. Southern Extreme Wrestling, you guys keep rocking and rolling, man, like you're doing, because y'all keep just bringing it to the forefront, and that's what this is all about. And if you look over the far left-hand side of my corner right here in this picture, you see a picture of a man standing there like this. He's got a crown on his head, got a big cape on his back. That is Sir Mo. Sir Mo. The print is crazy, Mo. Ladies and gentlemen, send Bobby Horn a message. See if you can get that print on a T-shirt, man. I think it'd be worth your while to have something like that, some kind of memorabilia of some of our true legends that aren't going to be around forever, and you need something to remember them by. Uh, at this point in time, though, I need to address the elephant in the room. Kessler, you've dealt with this just here recently, and so have I. Uh, Colin, you've even dealt with this. Professional wrestlers just up and jumping on official for any God given whatever. And I think it's sad that a pro wrestler would have to stoop to the level to raised their hand against an official. Evidently, one of two things are going on here. So, and Kelsey, you can chime in when you get ready on this one because I know you got something to say about it. But correct me if I'm wrong, the consequences of raising your hand against an official, putting your hand on them any way, shape, or form, should result in disqualification. Now, I'm the kind of guy, I love competition. I'm a very,
It should.
very headstrong person when it comes to competition. And I sometimes tend to let things go because I would rather see the end result than I would to call the match just because some pro wrestler got stupid. This had to do with D'Anthony Price last Saturday in Dallas, Texas, at a SOAR Championship Wrestling event. And D'Anthony Price raised his hand to me and tried to swing on me. And I hit him. Now, hey, Bethany, welcome in. I didn't see you over there, so sorry about that. But welcome in. Good to see you in with us today. Now, Kelsey, you dealt with this here recently. Tell me, you better yet, let me roll the footage if I can
Sorry about that.
here and see if I can get this footage to come up real quick.
Sirah muter-muter awalane liar-liar nyetar motorku tuku es teh gone kawer ning telakane tenan kaya ra duwe beban pancen tak pikir sebule enak edan so fly luto terbang so fly mari melayang diubah sisteme malih dadi prasmanan sithik moko sithik ngombe pelan-pelan.
Yes, all three of your hands raised, man. Retribution 101 right there on top of it. Kelsey, what happened there, sweetie? Can you hear me, Kelsey?
Well, one of our refs got attacked. One of the, I think, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh no. All right, there we are.
There we go.
Okay, so what happened was somebody attacked one of our refs, and Ref Devin wasn't really having it, so he was like, "No, we're gonna deal with this." So we all ran out to the ring, slid out into the ring, and confronted this guy because we were like, "What do you think you're doing? Really? You want to attack literally one of the newest referees that we have? You don't just pick on somebody, especially somebody that's not even your size." So we all had to come out there and help defend him. But at the very end, he kind of took care of his own business and curb stomped Drake Juan. But that's what you get when you pick on referees is, sometimes we're all going to come back and kick you with the hooves.
Boom. Boom. Sooner or later, it's going to happen. Colin, you've had some run-ins lately, brother. Tell us a little bit about what you've had run-in with.
Have I had a run-in with? I'm not sure if I had one quite recently, but I have had my past with, D'Anthony Price, for example.
But now, I can totally get with what you're saying right now, Colin, because me and you both, son, are dealing with the same fly on the wall, if you will, or chili powder in the mix, or whatever you want to call it. Me and you both are kind of dealing with the same issue there. Now, I want to refer back to what Kelsey just said, ladies and gentlemen, because this is very important. Okay, Now, officials have just a lot different job, man, than just rolling into a ring and count 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's a lot different than that, and it's a lot. Sometimes it's very hectic, and sometimes it's very crazy. And a lot every time it's satisfying. And if you don't know what we mean by that, well, get to a credible wrestling school and get trained as an official, and you'll find out just what we mean by that. Can't tell you everything, okay? Sorry, but that's just how it is. But as far as that goes, man, don't. If you want to bring a pack of zebras down on your head, it might not be a great idea. It's probably not a good idea, period. Okay. And I wanted to reach out to another friend today and try to get him here because he would have completed this little quarter that's sitting right here in front of you. And his name is Lando Del Toro. And I wished I could have reached out to him and got him on the podcast with us today. But I did not. I didn't think about it till the last second, and I really wanted to try to get him in this, and I didn't have enough time to get the messages out. So, as far as this little group right here that you see, there's one more missing, and this group right here would. Okay, if you want to see a curb stomp by a zebra, I guess that's what we would call it. Okay, we would call it curb stomps by zebra. Okay, because that's what it would be. And I'm grateful for just not only these two guys, Yali Stewart, James Beard. There's so many different officials that are at SOAR or that have come through SOAR at some point in time, man, that have really, really raised the bar and helped our young guys, kind of like Colin right here, helped our young guys and girls, man, learn the ropes, so to speak. So, and Kelsey, you're a big part of Colin's training, more than you know, and he'll vouch for that. I know, because I mean, a lot of the information that he gathered was from you. So, I mean, kudos to you for getting that boy like he needs to be. Got look at him telling you, yes, ma'am, you did that. Yes, ma'am, you did. Colin, go over and tell her, brother. Tell her how you feel about it.
I'm gratefully appreciated for everything you really taught me or coached me on and everything. It's gratefully appreciated.
She looks like she's fixing to cry, Colin. Hey, Mike Peterson, what's up, brother? He said, my boy Colin, what's up, man?
You showing the hard work, man. Like, you've done everything.
Yes.
You've
Keep talking.
And I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Say, that's good stuff right there, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all just don't know.
No, seriously, Colin, you've gone lengths. Like, your first Mania, your first SOAR Mania, you had a triple threat. Like, dude,
yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, your first SOAR Mania, dude, was a big step for you, man.
Yeah,
and not only did Kelsey see it, but me too, man. The like nerves and the butterflies.
That's how you see that's hard work. Like he's a hard worker.
Yep. Yes, he is. He's a very hard worker. You know, and the butterflies. You know, we've seen the butterflies, dude. You were like all over the place, and you were asking questions.
Yeah, I was really nervous that day.
You was really nervous that day, and we could see that, man. And we were like, you know, just say, calm down, kid. You got this, man. You got this. And I think Kelsey was probably the biggest motivator that you had that night, because she was constantly in your ear, dude. And she was constantly, you know, filling that head full of information. Calm down. You got this. Just do this. Just do this. You know, be at this point. Be there for the company. You know, and that was the biggest thing that I heard come out of her mouth was be there for the company. And I was like, that girl gets it right there. That girl right there gets it. Yes, ma'am. Miss Bethany, you are totally, totally correct
Exactly.
in that saying. If you want to know what makes this machine click, it is teamwork. It's all cylinders pumping at, when they're supposed to hit. I mean, that's just the end result of that. We just it's how we do things. And like let's take Kelsey. You've been doing a lot of things here lately, and I see you all over social media and you burning it down. And we're so proud of you, man, for everything that you're doing because one day, it's gonna be able to get back. I promise you. And you just keep doing what you're doing. But you've been doing a lot of things. Fill us in on some of the things that you've been doing because I'm excited to hear about this.
Yeah, I've just been working my way up. Like, when I first originally came back, when I first found out that I was going through some stuff internally, yeah, I got sick for a little bit, but I came back after I was well enough to come back, worked through that, and eventually found out that working through that was just therapeutic. Um, I was roughing for a little bit up until the Halloween show, and that's when I basically just started turning and, you know, starting to live that other dream. I started wrestling more often and started picking up monthly, like, shows only at, like, one show. It's called Reactivate Pro Wrestling. I love them so much, and I love the crowd. I love the energy. Wish you guys were here to see them and to experience them, but it's a really good time out there, and
Man, I would
just getting the
love to
feel
be
of
there to
how to work
referee
a
one of your
crowd and like
matches.
how to be able to like understand how to like be your yeah, I've honestly experienced a lot more of myself more as a wrestler than like it's not really than a referee, but like I can feel more like expressive of myself. Like I've caught myself in some pictures smiling. That's not
Yeah.
supposed to happen usually, but you know what? Like I'm having a good time and it's good. It's really like I haven't felt that way in a while. Like you don't really get to express much as a referee because you have to hold in all these emotions and like not be biased. But at the same time, like when
Now,
you're a wrestler, you're like, okay, let's get it all out. Come on, let's go. Sometimes when you're a referee, it happens, but
right, right, right. There are
yeah.
those oh shit moments. I swear to God, there are, man. And you're going to run into them,
Hey, not
somewhere down
kidding.
the road. Yeah. Yeah. So now I've been watching your transition and what I've seen from the officiating side to the wrestling side now, man, I'm really, really liking. You are really bringing it down. I mean, come on, this chick's out here taking on men. I mean, look, come on, let's get serious about it for just a minute. What else can you say about that? She's got more balls than you. I, I'm just saying.
Well, I
you
mean,
know, I'm
come on, step up to the baseline.
boom, boom, boom. The
It's
girl's eyes,
it's
hey,
in my
it's an open,
it's in my theme
yeah,
song.
it's an open challenge 24/7 with her, you know.
Pretty much.
And Colin, brother, I have watched you grow so much in the last year, man. You've really amazed a lot of people, and your officiating skills, man, are getting so much better, and it's going to keep getting better. That comes with time. Nothing's ever nothing's ever handed to us. We have to work for it. Correct?
Yes.
I mean, am I correct in saying that?
Yes, sir.
Because
Definitely.
I mean, I had to work for everything that I kind of got through. Yo, what's up, Triple J? Good to see you in, my guy. Now, my God, man, everybody's pop. Hold on, Colin. Everybody and their brother popping up over here. Let's see what's going on. Colin's growth is so amazing. I love watching. Yes, ma'am, Bethany. That this I have this kid and where he's come from since the first time I got in the ring with him has been simply a an amazing journey. Uh, that's all I can say about that because that's the only way to wrap that one up. Is it's an amazing journey and it's not over. It's going to be huger, I'm sure, than what it is now, and that's just a given because that comes with time. And that's that. The good part about that is we're all going to be able to witness that, and that's one of the things that I love about the growth part of professional wrestling is the growth and watching it happen. That is something that's truly amazing in itself. And William Gomez says Kelsey is the ultimate badass. He also says, I love her work and how tough she is. If no one has seen her work, then I strongly recommend that you do. So, hey, William, I appreciate that comment. You coming on here, like, follow, and share the Second Row podcast so you can help get that right there out into the world of social media so that other people see that. And she really needs that because that is support from either fans, friends, peers, whatever the case is. That's the kind of support that she needs because as her young career right now, and it's gonna grow. Well, she just bounced out on us, but she'll be back, I'm sure. But Colin's here with me. But her career, as it's gonna grow, it's gonna be a lot better. You know, we just have to give it time. As much as she's a badass right now, she's gonna be an even bigger badass down the road. So that I'm really looking forward to watching that happen because I have her on my social media and I watch her a lot. So I mean, I know what she's going through as far as that. I'm going to tell her just to get back in here when she can. Hang on just a second. Yes, I think we did. Bethany, I think we did lose her, which, I mean, it's okay. I sent her a message and told her that to get back in if she can. Colin, now, I've got you on here today, brother, and you did not even expect me to hit you up on Messenger.
Yes, sir.
And to be brought in here and to be put on the spot like this. Tell me about your relationship with Bobby Horn and Denise Jones.
Well, to me, we're really close to each other for sure. Bobby's like really a father figure to me in this business, to be honest. I've known him before I even started. I think in 2018, I think is when I first met him. So I started seeing him at events, and he started becoming more of a father figure to me in this business throughout me joining it.
Man, that's something that everybody that comes into professional wrestling, that's something they need, which is like a wrestling father. You know, somebody to guide them the right way, always take care of them on any format that they have a question about as far as pro wrestling goes. And they're complete. They complete the OIWA. Welcome back, young lady.
Connection issues.
That's okay. Just if it kicks back out on you again, just hit the rejoin button and drop right back on in. We'll be here for a little bit. Sorry about that. Excuse me. No, I was just talking to Colin, and I'll kind of ask you the same question because you're in the same. You're in this family as well. Bobby Horn and Denise Jones. Tell us about your relationship with those two?
I miss them very dearly. I haven't heard from them in a while because, like, I know there's a lot of things going on for Bobby, and I know for me there's a lot going on with me too. It's like I understand how hard it is to be able to like reach out and be able to talk, and same for me. It's kind of the same when my health issues have flared up, and like I- I've just been sleeping for days and going to the doctors for days. It's just really, it's really tough. And I've been
Now,
praying for him and hoping he's doing well. And I
right.
just miss Bobby.
Yeah, man, and I can hear urgency in your voice, and that's something that's hard to find in folks. Just to be honest with you, is the urgency for someone to miss somebody else, and I can hear that in your voice. I can see it in your face right there as you're talking to us, and I can hear as Colin talks about the father figure uh, statement on Bobby Horn. You can tell by the way that Colin talks that is more true and real from a young man than you're going to hear, because you can tell of the honesty and the truth in the nature of the tone. And that's something that I love to watch with these young kids, man. How they feel about Bobby and Denise, because that tells a lot about those two, and to know, and I could talk to several people that have either come through the OIWA, that have trained with Bobby, that have trained with Dante, or trained with Evelyn, or trained with Dean. It doesn't matter. Anybody that they train with at the OIWA organization, that that father figure mentality, man, is in everybody's training, and you see it. And that is I think that is one of the key ingredients to defining and building a true pro wrestler. The things that I see that comes from Bobby, that I see flow through everybody else. That includes Colin. That includes you, for that fact. And man, from where I stand at, uh, that is something beautiful to see. And you're not going to get to see that every day, every week, or whenever. Now, let's switch gears for just a second, because we're starting to get into the mushy part where our hearts kind of take over, and this is a podcast, and it's not supposed to go that way, because there's an elephant in the room that we still need to talk about. And I don't think he's going to have the gumption to come on here today. I don't think that he's going to have anything to look forward to after I get done saying what I'm fixing to say. Now, D'Anthony Price. So you made a mistake, kid. And I want you to understand that I expect you to make this mistake, okay? Because, well, you're not mature yet. Let me say that, because I don't want to take away from anything that, man, you're a great athlete. You've got the look. You carry yourself inside and out like a professional wrestler, and like they're supposed to. And you're smart, but you're just not as smart as the smart guy. Now, what I mean by that is this right here. So you show two angles, and looks like we're losing Kelsey again. You show two angles of that little tidbit that you put out on Facebook, and just to let you know, they restricted my page from commenting to groups and other things like that, for the next 17 hours. For the simple fact reason that I said damn, and you were cussing up a storm in your little promo you did there because you had, your feelings on your sleeve there. You think that you got these papers and, you're gonna sue my ass is what you told me. And I'm okay with you, wanting to try that. So here's what I want you to do. You show two angles of that clip. What you showed in the first angle was your redemption of what happened, which was me hitting you in the jaw. The second clip that you showed you swinging on me and then me hitting you in your jaw. Now, let me be very clear to you, DeAnthony Price. I want somebody to pop into the room right now that I pay a large sum of money to, that makes sure that all my things are square and straight. All my T's are crossed. All my I's are dotted. See, before I can sign my name to anything, I'm supposed to know every opponent that's in the dressing room versus every opponent. I'm supposed to know everything about them, Colin, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're supposed to know everything about our opponents. Our opponents are the two opponents versing each other in the ring, or four, whatever the case it is. We're supposed to know everything about them. One thing that I have learned about you is you have a respect issue for authority. And I'm okay with that. And I'll tell you why I'm okay with that. Because if you're going to be stupid enough to swing on an official, expect the official to swing on you. And that's just how it goes. Now, sometimes do officials wind up in the wrong spot at the wrong time? Yes, they do. And that's part of the nature of professional wrestling, because athletes are all over the place, man. They're running, they're doing their thing. They're everywhere. And we have to be everywhere that they're not in order for that to not happen. Now, DeAnthony Price, I have spoken with my attorney. Now, it seems that you are alleging that I fractured your jaw. Now, Colin, have you seen this video?
Yes, sir, I have.
You seen this video. So his mouth was doing this, right?
Mm-hmm. That's all he ever does.
Excuse me, sorry. So with his gums flapping, he's got a fractured jaw. With his lips smacking, he's got a fractured jaw. I'm curious of just how fractured his jaw is. Welcome back, young lady. Hey, keep doing what you're doing, man. Hey, Donna pops in. She says, Colin. She said, glad to see Colin on here. We've seen him grow so much. You're awesome, Colin. Keep it up, man. Hey,
thank you.
You got people that are, hey, you got people backing you all over the place, dude. I mean, this should tell you that you're doing an amazing job, and we want you to keep growing and keep going, man. You're gonna do amazing things, dude. I promise you, you're going to. It is a given. You're gonna do some amazing, amazing things, and I, for one, I'm sure Donna too, and Bethany and everybody else is just waiting in the wings to watch all this happen, all this flower grow, as we call it, and bloom and become great. Look at Kelsey, brother. She's bloomed, and she's becoming great in her own. It's just going to be a matter of time before it happens. It's not if it's going to happen, it's when it's going to happen. And right now, for both of you, it is happening. Now, let me get back to DeAnthony Price just a minute. Who's there? She said, "We be right behind your back supporting you." Yes, ma'am. There she went again, off to the Netherlands. She gets lost in limbo. That's okay. Now, Colin,
Yes, sir.
if something like this happened, brother, if somebody swung on you, what would be your first reaction?
If someone swung at me, normally I would push them back, like self-defense.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It would be self-defense, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but he's claiming that I fractured his jaw. Did you in that promo see anything about his jaw fracture?
He was just yapping it away, like he always does.
Rev
Well-
Joey, I'm sorry. I've got to step in just for a second here. I
Okay.
also saw that video earlier today, and for those of you, I'm sorry, folks, that don't know who I am. I'm known as the producer. I handle Ref Joey's legal affairs and technical affairs for the podcast. So I know you had reached out to DeAnthony wanting him to come and join you tonight. And obviously, that's not happening for one reason or another, but I'm just curious. He mentioned, and he had his paperwork in his hand in that video earlier today. I wanted to give a couple things to him. One, he was talking, as you mentioned, a whole lot. He was talking a great deal. As a matter of fact, he even leaned forward into the camera, continued to talk while waving his papers in the air. And if you have a broken jaw, I'm concerned. I'm really concerned because, normally they wire that shut.
I was concerned about the same thing, which is kind of I was asking Colin the same question. And I'm sure that Kelsey could probably, iterate on just what I was saying, that if your jaw is fractured, Kelsey, back me if I'm wrong here, and let me know. But if your jaw is fractured, you shouldn't be doing none of this. Your gums shouldn't be flapping and your lips shouldn't be smacking, should they? Or are we wrong about the statement? I'm not sure she can hear us.
I'm thinking she's still experiencing some technical difficulty.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't at all. Like,
There's
I took a drive-by to the face, like, you know how bad it hurts?
Yeah. I know how bad it hurt. Yeah, she's still experiencing technical difficulty.
It looks like it, but I was concerned over that particular
The
view.
Yes.
Just like, no, it was close to getting my jaw wired shut.
See, there we are. A wired jaw.
I
Yeah.
am. I definitely am. Can you guys hear me?
Yep. We can hear you. You keep
Okay.
cutting in and
No,
out. But, I mean, it's
I
fine. We're
took a-
listening.
Drive-by before, and
It broke her jaw when she hit the drive-by. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. If you hit one of those, you can it can give you a broken jaw like really, really quick, and you not even know it till it's too late. But I have to ask there, Mr. Counsel, Mr. Producer. So he says he's going to try to sue my ass, is what this man's words were. Now, my account is being restricted to my Facebook groups and things like that for the next 17 hours because I said, damn. Now, I need to know on the real here, what am I missing out of this whole equation? I mean, and if your jaw broke, I don't see, or cracked, or whatever the case, I don't see you smack talking or flapping your gums to tell somebody that you're going to sue their ass, and the biggest part of your jaw opens right there when you say ass. Am I missing something here?
No, I don't think you're missing anything. I actually reached out to a medical colleague of mine, and generally, if you fracture or break this jaw, they usually wire it shut in order for it to heal. You usually end up on a liquid diet. So he
Yes.
looked like he was perfectly healthy and very talkative. So I don't feel his allegations hold any merit.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
All right. So
um,
let me ask this then: is this defamation of character?
I think that's about all he's attempting to do, is to defame your character and your position as an official.
Okay. So right now, at this point in time, we have legal grounds for a lawsuit. Correct?
I think you do.
Okay. So I'm just going to leave that at that, D'Anthony Price. Because see, here's my thing, D'Anthony. I know you're going to be watching this podcast later because that's your mentality. You don't want to come on here. You don't want to, you know, try to hijack my podcast for a second time because you know I got your number. And you're going to cry and complain over social media about Joey, this guy right here, fracturing your jaw. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this clip's all over social media. I'll tell you what, go follow D'Anthony Price and look at that video. Look at the second angle when I smack him upside his head. I want you to see that this man just swung on me. And I want everybody to make their own assumption of this case from that. Donna comes back and says a broken jaw usually requires braces, being but on the teeth, and wired together to prevent the jaw from opening. Now, this is a lady that's in the medical field, okay? And this is the reason why I asked you, Sir Counsel, about the defamation of character, because she is in the medical field and she knows about things like this, and she's given us the information that we need right now concerning that. So, as far as that goes, we do have a said case on that, correct?
I think you do. And just to help our audience, I've included a link for D'Anthony Price's video on his Facebook page, so everyone can see it and view it as they like.
I got you. I got you. And I think that we just got Kendall back again. There we go. And it looks like her Wi-Fi might be on point right now.
just a tad.
Yeah. Now, what we were talking about, Kelsey, was this right here. That if you have a fractured jaw,
Mhm.
they wire your jaw shut. You were doing a drive-by and got a broken jaw. Did your jaw get wired shut?
No, but it could have. Like it was swollen for a couple of weeks. Like it was really like I couldn't even eat a freaking apple. I couldn't even
Okay.
eat food. Like you know how hard that is?
I'm sure.
Opening your
I'm
mouth just
very
to like
sure.
chew. Like I couldn't even do that.
Okay, so let me ask the
So
question.
for
Was it the doctor's decision? Was it the doctor's decision not to wire your jaw, or your decision?
it was mine because I wanted it healed of like my way.
Okay. All right. So over in the links, folks, over here, where you make
Naturally.
your comments and stuff like that, it
Just without
is
you
a
know,
link that the Second Row Podcast
I
has.
just wanted to go through it real.
Yes, by all means. And I'm sure that was pretty bad. You couldn't even eat an apple. But over here in the links, over here in the comment, there's a link there that you can go see that little clip yourself and make your own judgment from that as far as where that is concerned. But Colin, have you ever had to deal with somebody trying to retaliate against you
No.
for punching them or pushing them or anything like that?
A few times.
Okay. Kelsey, have you ever had anybody try to retaliate from, let's say, you punching them or whatever the case may be that they got hurt? I think she froze. Okay. All right, she froze. All right. So, well, I mean, this is just the nature of the beast. So, I want you to understand something. You and Nate Bond. Okay. I want y'all to really get this into your heads. You and Nate Bond are two peas in a pod. Number one. Nate Bond, anything else come out of your mouth concerning my name, and as you heard my counsel come on the air and say, there's a defamation lawsuit there. I am going to sue you. Anthony Price, my name comes back out of your mouth, son. I'm going to sue you. I'm giving you fair warning right now. The lawsuits will start flying. And I'm sorry about your damn luck, but I mean, that's just the way it's going to be. Colin?
Yes, sir.
When do you graduate, kiddo?
Graduate. I'm not sure if I'm going to graduate this year due to my injury, but hopefully next year for sure.
Okay. All right. So tell us about your injury right now, Colin.
About a month and a half ago, I dislocated my knee and I tore a ligament connected to my kneecap.
How did that happen?
I slipped on a puddle of water and I went across the room basically, and I went like knee first on the ground.
Wow, dude, that could have been a lot worse.
It could have been.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. And pray God, that it wasn't worse than what happened. Yes, Bethany, ouch is right. Ouch is right there, youngin. Now, is Kelsey coming back? She's back with us again.
Back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting close to the end of this podcast. Kelsey's been bouncing in and out. Next Thursday at 6:00 Central Standard Time, we're going to have Kelsey back on with us again. And we're going to do an hour-long podcast with her next Thursday at 6:00. So join us next Thursday for that. Colin, I'm going to work on getting you on, kid,
Yes.
here in the very, very near future to where we can have a talk just mainly about Colin. Okay? Because that'll be what the talk is whenever I have Miss Kelsey back on. That talk will be about her. So as far as that goes, remember, guys and girls, next Thursday at 6:00, I got that young lady right there, one on the bottom of the Brady Bunch pile right there. Yeah, her. Yep, I got her next Thursday at 6:00, man. We're going to have a whole bunch of fun for an hour. We're going to sit, we're going to talk, we're going to raise a little cane. We might even break out a couple of shots. We're going to do what we do as far as zebra setting and talking, but she's going to take us a little bit further than just her zebra talk. She's going to take us into what her world is now as far as professional wrestling goes. Now, we're going to cut this a little short today. Everyone follow and share the Second Row Podcast. Go on and say it again for them, girl, so the people in the back can hear you. So we're going to cut this podcast just a tad bit short today. Kelsey, I appreciate you coming on, sweetheart. Colin, thank you for coming in, my guy. I appreciate you coming in and sitting with us, sweetheart. Thursday at 6:00, I got you back on again, and we're going to rock out, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, if you want to be a professional wrestler, I encourage you to get in touch with a creditable school. Bumps and Bruises, 469 in Carrollton, Texas. 501 Sherwood, Arkansas. Bobby Horn, Jason Maldonado. Get in touch with those guys you want to get the backing you really want. You want to get back out of this, what you want to put in? They got you hooked up. I promise you that. My boys and girls at Chaotic Kingdom, man, this is lit. Coming up October 12th. Hey, y'all stay blessed. Keep selling them tickets, man. Let's sell this one out. Sword Championship Wrestling, Colin, my boy, Kelsey, my girl. All the boys and girls at Sword Championship Wrestling, man. Y'all keep digging and wigging, man, and do what you do, because that's the only way this is going to happen. And my folks and brothers and sisters over in Southern Extreme and Forest City, man, y'all keep doing what you're doing, because you're making a difference. And ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, if you want to get your drink on, give my boy Daniel Stubblefield at Boston Mountain Brewery a holler and get your hookup going as far as that goes. And yep. Sorry, Catherine, y'all missed this. Yep, she's late, as always. Yeah. Thank you, William. Yes, this was a phenomenal podcast. We got Miss Kendall Marie on here. We got Colin on here. William, don't forget, Thursday, 6 o'clock, we'll have Miss Kendall Marie back on here with us. We'll be doing another one. Boom, shaking it out like we do. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let these folks just ease on out of here, Colin. You have a great day, my man. Be safe. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to leave this last little bit for the Anthony Price. Kid, I want you to understand something. A wise man once told me, the next time you see me, don't run. Hide. Second Row Podcast. Y'all have a nice day.